Good morning, everyone. Welcome to my channel. I'm MaryAnne, and you're watching MaryAnne's Mystic Mentions. Thank you for taking the time, new and returning viewers. I love you so much. Welcome to your August readings, first half of the month. And welcome to your Sun Sign Love Connection reading for this special, beautiful featured sign of Taurus today. So Taurus, you're an earth element. You are a very, very steadfast, hardworking, reliable, resourceful, extremely sensual sign. Now that's something that I don't know that a lot of people know, but you know, you are ruled by Venus, and Venus is the Venetian planet, right? The most beautiful feminine goddess. So you know, you are in touch with your feminine side, as strong and burly or whatever you may be, no matter what the gender. There is that duality in you, because I mean, we all have masculine and feminine, you know, dualities within all of us, but you are very in tune with that, and it's because of the Venetian ruling planet of Venus, who just brings in that love, brings in the form of, you know, kind of magical with our relationships and beauty, and the love of beauty, the love of luxury, certainly the love of good food and wine and celebration and fun and money. You are known as the money sign, Taurus, and that's just a known archetype for you, you know. And you generally, certainly in my lifetime of doing readings, which is over 30 years now, my friends, my associates, I'm working with one Taurus today, a couple Tauruses. My first client today as a massage therapist is a Taurus, one of my favorite people, but I have several. And they just understand it. They have this innate understanding of money and the value of money. And as an earth sign, you're very practical. You are very determined and very steadfast in your approach to be comfortable, to be, you know, able to support yourself, your family, the people you love. This is extremely important to you. And you can be frugal. You can be, you know, a little bit, you know, tight with the purse strings, as they used to say back in my day, because you understand that sometimes it's okay not to be over, you know, zealous or generous with a money situation when things such as last year occurred. Not to mention, you have the planet of Uranus in your sign, Taurus, until 2025. Uranus is the most unpredictable, filled with surprises, kind of changing your life, you know, from one moment to the next. That's a little exaggeration, but not really. I mean, one day I was going to work last year, and the next I found out I had to shut down for almost a total of 9 months. So you know where I'm going. And that happened when Uranus was in your sign. It actually happened when it was very much full tilt in your sign, which basically started a little bit the year before, but then was full on last year. But the thing of it is, and the truth for me, I have found that Tauruses, they plan for rainy days. They plan ahead. They see the big picture, and they're very good at money management. So it pays off so very well. So you're okay with doing without if it means that you're going to be able to get through and have a longer lasting feeling of security and you know, a strong foundation, which is a beautiful thing. I think it's an amazing trait, and I really admire that. And so that's just a bit of you, right? So I want to pick your highlighted connection, as I always do, right in front of you. This is a spiritly guided highlighted connection with some form of love that you have in your heart, in your mind. You may know this particular other zodiac sign, you may not. It may be the energy alone that you're feeling very predominantly right now for whatever reason. It's a general reading. Some will resonate, some will not, right? So let's pick it right off the bat, because then I've added a fourth category for you, okay? I'm changing things up a little bit. I like to do changes. I mean, every day offers a new change opportunity, right? But I like the fourth category, as I will explain as I go along and read for you. But your particular highlighted connection that Spirit really wants you to know and invoke some information to you about for August It's like right in the cusp. It's so funny. But I'm going to go with Leo because guess what? We're in Leo season. And I have known so many relationships, compatibility wise, connections, love, friend, work, family that, you just kind of resonate with each other that are Taurus and Leo. I mean, talk about complete opposites in so many ways, but at the same time, this power, this strength, this courage that both of you exude. And when you're in Leo season like we are, it is huge. It's for all of us now to be able to take that energy and utilize it in any way we want. And I'm truly hoping for you, Taurus, that like with Leo, I think, there's a lot of fun going on. It's about vacation. So yes, you like to save and you like to, plan, and you're very structured and you're very routine in that, you don't like to change the order of things so much, you're a little hesitant about that. You do like having fun, and it's that time of year. It's the last month before the end of summer. I know, I don't like to say it, I'm sorry, I won't say it much, but it's true. So for me, August has always been one of those beautiful months where you get out, you mingle, you have fun. You've got the influence of Leo, which is all about extravagance. And if it's not you being extravagant, you're going to be with Leo friends celebrating. You are. There's a lot of you that know them, and they're just really fun, and there's no holes barred when it comes to their parties, right? So that should definitely be happening. You could be taking some special time together to go away and do the things you haven't been able to do for a long time now, like all of us. It's worth it. You can't take it with you, as they always say. So that's a huge, huge part of what's happening energy-wise for you in, all of August, really. But ironically, because it kind of fell right in between the two of Virgo and Leo, we saw Mercury in the sign of Leo too. So our communication is very, very bold. And it's like we really want to be heard, It's like maybe we were holding back, and we don't feel that way anymore. We are the sun-ruled planet, sun-ruled sign of Leo. It's just like, I want to be heard. I want to be recognized. I am the king of the forest. I'm the Leo. I have a large roar, because I am ruled by the sun, which is so brilliant and so full of energy and ego and all the things that we really need to stand up and be heard, right? So that's entering into, because there's a lot of Tauruses that are also very bold, and I have always known a lot of them to have amazing voices, so they reach people in how they speak. You could do YouTube channels or, like all podcasts, a lot of singers and all that. That's a part of the body that represents Taurus. But between the two of you, you have some beautiful possibilities with creativity, because there's this passion like none other with Leo, and they're very creative and usually very good actors, and they're just like, they want to be seen, right? So I don't know, I feel like the two of you could come up with some amazing things, and they kind of bring you out of your shell. You could be a little bit more reserved, not always, but depends on a lot of other aspects. General reading, once again. But this is fun. This is good energy. This is very, very productive energy. It's an 8th month, which, although the full numerology makes August a 4, which is stability, which is you, in your energy, in that grounded energy, basically. But I started to say that we're in Leo season, then it goes into Virgo. And right now we have Venus in Virgo. We have, what's the other one that's in Virgo right now? Mercury's actually going into Virgo at the beginning of, I'm going to say around the 11th of August. So not too different. So it's more about detail. And that really works well with you. You're very harmonious with your fellow, earth sign of Virgo or Capricorn. So this is a really good energy for you too, to get things moving and just more planning and more, stability, which is something that you thrive on, right? That's your whole modus operandus, as I like to say. I love that word, modus operandus. Your MO. But yeah, so that's coming down the pike too. And then we have the new moon in Leo happening, on the 8th, I think. And there's this beautiful, they call it the Lion's Gate. There's 888. It's just power, manifestation abilities, just bringing it out there, being in tune with that, so that on that day you can just bring forth something you've wanted for a really, really long time. and making it happen. It could very well be in your relationship. I mean, taking it to the next level, as they say, leveling up, glowing up, however you want to word it. Very, very positive energy. And Mercury's forward and station forward, which means the clarity is way better and the communication is way better, which is so much a part of everything we need to do in life. To be able to be understood and heard and speak in a way that it makes sense and we click, you know, and all that beautiful stuff. That's happening. Mercury doesn't start its retrograde shadow until first week of September, so I know it's coming up again, but you know, it's all for our better good, every bit of it, all the lessons, all the delays, all the frustrations and the challenges really just help build us into, you know, the ascension of the people we really want to be. So let me read the categories for you, okay, for this beautiful month of August. It won't be without some, you know, challenges as always, but that doesn't really ever seem to deter you much, you know. I mean, you're used to, and we all are at this point in time. It doesn't even matter what age, because the younger people have experienced this whole thing that happened in the last year or so that was just a once in a lifetime thing. Let's hope. That's something I'm putting out there every day. I am using this beautiful Gilded Tarot deck. It's one of my favorites. It's not only nice to look at, but it feels good, and it always has given me a really beautiful sense of energy through it. And then I'm actually decided as of today, I'm picking an oracle. I read 2 oracles after I read these highlighted connections, because the oracles are messages for every single Taurus and every one of your relationships, okay? In relation to what the oracle really wants to share with you, and the upliftment and the wisdom that they have. And for you, I picked the beautiful money and the law of attraction, because you're the money sign. Money's energy. And I'm just curious to see what kind of information can be brought forth for you that you're hopefully already feeling or will be very happy to hear about. So the first category is the overall energy bringing you to this reading, the influences there within, and a highlighted aspect of you in this Leo person or situation or energy, because we're in Leo season, so I think it makes perfect sense. And you have the King of Pentacles. There you are in all your glory. Ooh, I got goosebumps. I love it when everything is pretty synchronistic and very, you know, appropriate to the time happening at this moment. And that's why I do readings. I love it. But this is you. This is your beautiful, mature, very successful self. I mean, the King has done it and worked for it and experienced it, and is feeling really content. You know, we've gone through a lot. You've gotten through it if you're watching this reading, and it feels beautiful. And this is a very, very comforting feeling. It's a feeling of absolutely feeling the comforts around you that you can see and feel, and that you realize you work so hard to see and have what you have. You know, it's all about materialism. It's all about the world and the 3D world for you as a grounded earth sign. It's something that means a great deal to you. In the background, in this beautiful depiction of this wonderful King of Pentacles, it's got this huge pentacle in the back, kind of like I don't know, it's almost like a vortex of just abundance, you know, just something you feel, and when you feel that way, which is part of what this wonderful oracle, Money and the Law of Attraction, explains, it then becomes you, and it is who we are anyway. We just put blocks sometimes to that. When you release the blocks, and you just know, it's all there. We're all connected to all of it. So it's a beautiful, inspirational, wonderful feeling of just abundance, prosperity, you know, contentment in our relationships, in our home life, our work life, all of it. And it's because you worked for it. You got what you worked for. You got what you deserve, certainly, and maybe even more. And in the back, you have this, looks like it could be pretty close to what the moon looks like now, because we're approaching the new moon. So it's kind of half. It's not quite, certainly not full. We finished that a good 10 days ago or more with the full moon in Aquarius. But we have a second one happening. I think it's on the 22nd of August. That's a second blue moon, they call it, because it's the second full moon in Aquarius from 2 months. That's very unusual, and it's really powerful. And it's all about a communication and ideas and information. And there's that, once again, Uranus effect, because Aquarius is ruled by Uranus. So there's a lot of Uranian energy for all of us. And even if it's actually going into, Uranus will be going into retrograde. It lessens the energy a little bit, but it doesn't change it. It certainly still affects us. And it's more of an internalizing thing where we really can create amazingly. It's a beautiful, powerful, surprising energy, right? Like, what do you want to have surprise you? What kind of out of the box kind of new transformational thing can you imagine for yourself? And then let it happen. But this is you feeling comfortable. What a beautiful way to start August. I feel like a lot of the readings are going to kind of have that beautiful energy about them. But let's move on to the second category, which is the possible blessings or obstacles. And a lot of times I find our blessings might have been an obstacle at one point. And we realize that because of that obstacle that made us challenge ourselves, that made us go past our previous beliefs or situations, became incredible blessings. You have the Two of Swords, so interesting, because this is the air element. This is the Aquarian energy. Jupiter went back into Aquarius the 28th of July. So not long ago, right? 2-3 days ago. And it's going to remain in Aquarius in retrograde through, I don't know, the 18th of October. Then it goes forward again in Aquarius. It's super powerful energy. Jupiter is about the benevolence of life, the luck, the opportunity, the expansion of things we want, we dream about, you know. In Aquarius, it's such a huge emphasis on life, on love, on fairness, on equality for all. It's about stepping out of our old selves and the Uranian energy of learning more, experiencing more, educating more. You know, technology comes into play with Uranus, the planet of technology, of medicine, all the information coming through with, you know, the vaccines and that can help us, that helps us all, that gives us all a fair shot. And that's huge. And this is the card that represents a couple of choices, you know, a crossroad in some idea you may have, in some new information, you know, something you want to speak about, but you're thinking, is it time to let it out of the bag? This new idea, this new, you know, possible entrepreneurial idea of mine, or YouTube channel, or you name it. It has to do with communicating, though, absolutely. The thoughts, you know, the ideas are very, very prominent, and especially with Jupiter, it'll expand that idea. It'll get places and go places quickly that you may not have imagined. So you're kind of hesitant right now. You're thinking, okay, maybe it's not quite the right time, but I'm ready. I'm just waiting for, I don't know what, to be honest, but those blindfolds kind of make you sit and contemplate just a little bit. And you're not the fastest moving, you know, sign when you're an earth sign, and that's fine, because you think about it a lot. You weigh things out like a Libra would. You know, Libra also is ruled by Venus. So there's some really beautiful possibilities. And so you'll come up with the answers. I think definitely the new moon will bring that inspiration. That'll give you that conviction and that decision making, which once you make a decision, though, you know, it's the real deal. So it's for the long haul. So don't feel rushed. That's okay. Keep your beautiful, steady self, and you'll know exactly, with your incredible intuitive gifts, which you have, you'll know and what to do, and you'll make the right moves. I know that you will. But yeah, there's some couple of possibilities for you. Couple of possibilities. Let's move on to the third category, which has to do with finances. That is your wealth. That is your wealth in literal finances, you know, in the bank account, in your income, but it's definitely about your well-being all over, your health, your happiness, your love relationships, your friend relationships, your self relationship. So finding that and first of all, just feeling incredible gratitude for it, right? Because there's so much to be grateful for, and the more you're grateful, the more it seems to come into our lives, the beautiful, magical miracles that occur every day. So for you, beautiful Taurus and Leo, you have the Queen of Swords. So there you go again. And if that's not an Aquarian thing, other than the star, which represents Aquarius, the Queen is the mature side of the feminine quality of all people. It doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman, but this is very, very straightforward. I am very confident. I know what I feel. I know what I want to say now. I know how to ask for what it is I need. I know the people to talk to in the financial areas, in the arenas of, you know, higher learning education, which is what a lot of the, you know, swords represent. It's cutting through information that you know has not been valid, not been necessarily accurate. You're standing strong. You're very much in tune with this. This is the second air element card you've gotten, and this is, you know, the court cards represent people. So there's going to be people coming through that are going to give you information that you've been wanting and waiting for regarding your finances. And I think it's going to be positive. I really, really do. And the nurturing side of any feminine, you know, it's about wanting to help. It's about wanting to be fair, getting what you deserve. So if you had, let's just say you had two possible options of invitations or invites, you know, conversations about work that would pertain to your finances. It's coming through and you're going to make that solid decision, and it's going to happen probably quicker than you think. Like I said, maybe for sure by the new moon, which is on the 8th or 9th, depending on where you're located. Beautiful, beautiful energy. Upright. Very matter of fact, you know, kind of detached a lot of times, the air sign. They have a purpose. They want to be fair and just, and that's what's coming forth. So that is absolutely beautiful. I added the fourth category. I was doing a rune, and I'll come back to that probably in another month or so. I love the rune. It kind of culminated the reading. But now I'm adding the fourth category, which is surprises and wishes. Especially with the Uranian energy, it just seems so appropriate because we're all getting that, you know. I've had some amazing things happen, honestly. I'm not going to tell you or talk about it because this is your reading. I like to invoke some of my experiences, though, just to show you that, you know, we're all in this together, and I love to just kind of take notes with friends and people and clients and kind of do a census on certain areas of life. But surprises and wishes. So what is it you need to know about for you in this wonderful relationship, whatever it is to you? And moving forward through August into your mid-month reading, which I hope you'll come back and see. And remember, it's always good to watch this is the sun, but you can watch your moon and rising because, I mean, a lot of times they are more resonant. For me, they certainly are, especially as I've gotten older. It's very interesting. I'm an air sign. I have a fire moon, and I have a water rising. And that water rising has been very prominent in the last 10 years or so, at least. And that wasn't always the case. Oh my. Wishes and surprises. Surprises and wishes, however you want to say it. 6 of Wands, man. Victorious. You've got this. You have really come a long way. You have really persevered. All the beautiful qualities that you emanate and you know, people look towards you for. And this is about the community. This is about getting recognition. Even if you're quiet and you're like, I don't need the accolades. It's all good. Okay, what? You know, you're taking it in. You're feeling so, so beautiful right now. That's representations of the representative of this beautiful card that represents you. Okay, the King. Just, I don't know, there's something so beautiful about working and putting out all this energy and then once again receiving it back. The reciprocation, the currency of life, the law of attraction. It's beautiful, you know, and people, you're going to be talked about in a beautiful way, in some way. And if you do have this happen, please share that with me because that's what I love. If you have not subscribed or liked or even shared this, which would be really beautiful, please do that. It just takes a moment. And I really, truly appreciate all of you that do that, because it really helps my channel. And I'll keep coming back and doing the readings for as long as I possibly can for you. So I'm going to finish with the 2 oracles, like I said. And yeah, overall, just know that there's such abundant energy for you. And you'll come up with a decision that you need to make. And you're not going to get stuck like a lot of air signs do. But between you and this Leo and the fun that you can have, and when you're having fun and you're laughing and you're enjoying yourself, messages come even sooner or even easier for you. So those will be coming, and it will have something to do, I feel very strongly for you, about your finances, which is something that means a lot to you. So it's very perfect and well-deserved. So let's read this beautiful message from The Money and the Law of Attraction by Abraham Hicks. Now, I've been following them for years, and they're just such incredible entities that, you know, Esther channels, and they're on all topics and just ways for us to understand the consciousness of what's happening and what we create for ourselves, and what we put out there is what comes back. And a lot of times we're not aware of what we're putting out there, but we can be, and it's important to be. When it comes to money and being wealthy and, you know, abundant and prosperous, what's your mindset on that? What happened as a child that made you feel a certain way, or, you know, some kind of a belief system that really wasn't working in your favor, is what this kind of helps us with and gives us that wonderful, you know, loving encouragement and upliftment and understanding. So your card is, it comes not by magic, but by universal law. And what's interesting is there are 2 fish, which remind me of the Pisces, the 2 fish swimming in different directions, going with the flow of the universe, not trying to stop it or, you know, change it midstream. But also, you know, we did have Pisces, Jupiter in Pisces up until the 28th. So maybe you were really feeling that energy and something really special happened for you, because water and earth elements together are very, very positive. And Jupiter affects all of us, depending on, it doesn't matter what sign. It's always a very special time when it's in your own sign. It only happens every 12 years. Yours is coming soon enough. It's like, what, 2024, I think you'll be there. But regardless, we all get the benefits in some way. You may have water in your chart, Taurus, and you may have had something very special happening. But let me read on further for you. Start telling a better feeling story about the things that are important to you. Do not write your story like a factional documentary, weighing all the pros and cons of your experience, but instead tell the uplifting, fanciful, magical story of the wonder of your own life, and watch what happens. It will feed like magic as your life begins to transform right before your eyes. But it is not by magic. It is by the power of the law of the universe and your deliberate alignment with those laws. And that's what it's about. And I don't need to say anymore. It's that simple. And it's just following through with that. And like I said, with you having this innate, beautiful Venetian energy of your senses and your intuition and your love of nature, which is so important to be a part of, and which you love, you know, it's all going to just bring in this alignment that I speak of. And then working at that beautiful way of lifting up your thoughts and imagining anything you could possibly imagine. Why not? They go to the moon, everything, all the stuff that's happening. I mean, for heaven's sakes. But I think you've already done this, and I think you've seen some real beautiful, tangible proof of your manifestation. So keep it going. And then in closing, I'll read to you your beautiful message from the Super Attractor Manifestation deck. Once again, Law of Attraction. What kind of life do you want? Bring it into reality. Just put out that feeling, that love, that trust, that happiness, that abundant emotional component that's absolutely necessary, the passion, you know, that comes with it, that will bring it to fruition for you. So I always call these also like affirmations or mantras you can say over and over and over and over. And when you do, it changes your energy from the inside out. And people start to see it and they're like, what's different? I feel something different about you and it feels good. So your message in closing, Taurus, for the first half of the month, it's good to feel good. Okay, so it kind of is perfect because it's the heart chakra, you know, the green, the fourth chakra. And here we started you out with the green, which is also money, right? I mean, not really, but yes. Yeah, the heart-centered, abundant part of us that can create and does create pretty much everything, more so than we even realize, more than the mind. But yeah, really does feel good to feel good, doesn't it? And that's going to bring you what you want. And I pray that that's happening right now as we speak. And once again, I thank you for your time because it's valuable. And I'm off to do my work now. So have a beautiful weekend and welcoming in this beautiful, amazing, prosperous new month of August. So until next time, come back for your mid-month readings. I'll be here for you. Take good care. Bye for now.